See that? Bush. We almost green, we almost green, we almost green. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I think I see a green light. You know what that means. Alright. Welcome back. I'm Jade Monkey, and this is Primitive Plus The Journey. I'm doing a live stream today in hopes to kind of catch everybody up. I've been down and out real life, sick for a few days. A lot's happened. I wanted to kind of show everybody what's been going on. I know this is going to sound weird, but I'm actually kind of excited to show you that we got attacked because I get a lot of people asking me, like, hey, how do I stay alive? How do I keep things going, on a server where there's already people established, so there's people trolling you. So what I wanted to do was kind of show how we're going to bounce back and how we got attacked and things you can do to maybe prevent it. So, let me check the chat here real quick. We got Mark, and we also have Pity the Great. He's been in here. What's up, everybody in chat? What's up? What's up? All right. Moving out to the base. Okay, so I know you guys have seen this base, and I think it's daylight now. Yes, we're at 5 o'clock in the morning. And if you've noticed, we have dropped little hints as to where we're at. If you check some of the other videos, you can find out. We're not technically opening the tribe yet, but if you want to be a part of our tribe at some point in the future, just remember that you have to basically establish yourself on the server and be a good citizen. Don't be trolling people. You have to have some kind of established base. You have to not be like sitting on a bunch of resources, and then we'll start to consider people possibly for the tribe. It's all about being a good citizen, and you might get attacked, but that's okay. That's all part of PvP. So let's head over. This is our mountain metal base. I'm sure you guys have seen this in previous streams. So we're going to head over to the main base. This is the one that got hit. And I'll go ahead and take a look at chat here. We got, was it Culto server name? It's tucked away. Like I said, it's tucked away in some of the other videos and or live streams. You'll notice. Oh shit, we got raptors. Run, bitch! Run, bitch! So yeah, one of the major things you can do, and you've heard me say that. Who shit is that a Troodon? You've heard me say this many, many times. Whenever you've got loot in the beginning and you're trying to stay alive, the biggest thing you can do is put it in play on your base. And you'll see that we've done that here. If I can remember where the base is actually at. We got all kinds of crazy shit going on. Somebody's roping off the swamp over here. Don't know why. But, hey, it happens. Okay. Now you can start to see it here. Ooh, I got the bugs attacking me. Shit. Oh shit, I'm out of stamina. I might eat shit on this one. Oh no. I'll kind of show the perimeter, and I'll kind of give you the premise of what these guys were doing to us to kind of give you an idea of how people attack. Because again, Primitive Plus is new for us. We're not really sure how people attack or really how to defend. Because if you don't know how people are going to attack, how are you going to defend, right? And obviously there's no turrets. You only have Species X. So you can start to see the perimeter here. Let me go ahead and get up on this rock and give you guys a third person if I'm not going to get stabbed by something like that bug, son of a bitch. Just run away from this thing real quick. That is if I even can. Yeah! Yeah! These assholes cut our water line too. Dickheads. But yeah, I'm excited to show this off because this is all part of PvP, and I like it when people attack us because you really learn a lot about how people attack, what their resources are. You got to really spin it in a positive way because if you put most of your items on the board, like we did here, clearly, I mean they can steal stuff from you, but I mean is it really going to be worth their time? Probably not, unless they're like complete and total trolls. Let me get up on this rock here real quick. Yummy, yummy. Yeah, sorry I had to start the stream a bit later because it was nighttime, and we all know what this game's like at nighttime. Dude, I'm having the hardest time getting up on a rock. Okay, here we go. So you can see the outside of the base. What we noticed was there's a couple glitched items here on top of the engrams. We've noticed that the brick, let me just get all the way down there. Oh, I thought I was going to burp. This brick dinosaur gateway, You cannot learn it as it stands now in this patch. There's a couple things you can't learn. The gunpowder barrel, but anyway, so in order for us to make an effective wall around here, we pretty much had to just use concrete pillars. It keeps a lot of things out, and we were getting pretty close to finishing. As you can see here, these are a little low, so that actually that worked against us during the raid. But for the most part, we had an okay, and remember, we're still small potatoes. We came into the server quite late. We had a lot of tree cover going on. We also had a lot of Species X, but we noticed up on the hill we had a couple scumbags tagging our Species X on the rooftop we had here. We had at least 10 or more on top of the roof, and they were lobbing, I guess, flame arrows at it, and they were burning them down. They actually, you'll see it in a future episode, but they actually caught us off guard because I'm sitting there telling Lazer, I'm like, what the hell is that noise outside? I thought he was like harvesting something, and turns out we're getting attacked. So we got caught off guard. They started to attack the base. So the first thing was, okay, are these guys just trolling us, or are they actually starting to carve away at the base? And we noticed that they were definitely going to come at the base. They were all geared up. I think they had a single shot, whatever that long neck is here. I think it's called a musket. It's kind of like a long neck, but it's a bit slower. But they basically started picking us off. So our next thing was, well, actually, okay, so you've heard me say this possibly before, but I'll repeat it again. And I should have followed my own advice in this case, because we started to get a little tame heavy before we were properly defended. And the danger in that is somebody can come up and kill them right away, right? Like, yes, you need dinosaurs. I'm not debating that. But you got to know when to do it. And we got a little tame heavy before we could protect it, and that's one of our major rules. And sure enough, right when we tamed all that shit, a bunch of people came in, attacked the base, and then they killed us. Is this little guy still attacking me? Son of a bitch. Alright, let's see if we can just go down the water real quick. I'll keep explaining what I'm talking about here with the tames. So we had a few tames, but we got too heavy. Example, we had a Bronto, and we had a Parasaur. We call him a dick horse, just because it's easier, because he looks like a giant penis horse. It's wasted all the time. But anyways, so we had a Bronto, we had everything else. I think that's in the thumbnail this time. He was great. He did a lot of work for us. I'm sure we got his utility, but like again, we become a huge target because we leave a large footprint. You can see the dinosaurs, and they're much easier to kill when you don't have cover, right? So our big thing was we tamed too many big things too fast, and we left kind of a bigger footprint. And at some point, you're going to have to get tames and leave a footprint, but we weren't properly defended because, again, we're such noobs at this. We didn't know how people would come at us. So in that respect, it's good because now we kind of know better. So, okay, a lot of you are probably asking, okay, that's great, but what do you do when they start to attack you? I wouldn't say throw everything on the ground, but try to use everything you possibly can. So what I'm going to do is show you, once they kind of peeled back our defenses, they actually brought in a Giga, yeah, dickheads, and they started munching the plants on top. At this point, I was barricaded inside. If you look at this half here, where it goes all the way up to brick down to the right, that's basically our living quarters, and this front section here that has like that wrapped stone at the top is our dino pen. I'll fast travel inside and show you what I did. So what we've learned so far is people come through doorways, and doorways are stupid easy to break in here. So obviously, look at this little asshole. Obviously, they came through the dino gate once they knocked down our Species X. So I'm going to go inside the base itself. I'm trying to lure out this fucking mosquito so he like leaves. Annoying little bastard. Maybe I can punch him. So once I noticed these guys were coming in here to attack us, they were clearly much, much bigger than we were. Yes. And there was not a whole lot of hope of us actually fending them off because they brought a Giga and stuff. So clearly they're going to be able to tank the turrets and then munch them down after they're shooting them down with flame turrets and whatnot. Oop, we got the chat here. Hang on, let me take a look. What's up, everybody? We got John B, Swift Razor. What up? We got Pity's back, and Tommy. What's up, Tommy? What's up, B? What's up, gentlemen? I'm just showing everybody here some little tips here in Primitive Plus to maybe stay alive while you get raided, because we definitely got our shit kicked in yet again. So yeah, once they carved back, to kind of go back to the getting attacked story, once our defenses got carved back here, obviously it was all about breaching the base. So at first we started to hear people chipping away at foundations. And that's definitely a thing. Obviously the foundations are quite large, but I mean an obsidian pickaxe can make short work. So I actually hear this guy chipping away right here, which is actually towards our living quarters. You can see Mr. Dilo's face sticking out. Good work hiding there, Dilo. So what we started to do was we started kind of batting it down and be like, okay, where are they coming in? So let me fast travel. Let me see if I can die real quick here. Who can I punch that will freak out and kill me? Does this guy, you know, I don't think I've punched this dude yet. He freak out or does he run like a bitch? Is he just gonna spooge on me? Does he run? What are you doing? What are you doing? Kill me. Alright, looks like I'm gonna have to break my own legs. Fair enough. So once we were pinned inside the base, they obviously are outside killing all our tames because we had like a Bronto and a Penis horse. And that sucks, but I mean, you kind of have to expect that your dinosaurs are going to die at some point. And I know everybody gets attached to them, but again, it goes back to my saying where you got to get your utility out of the dinosaur. And if you can't protect it or get your utility out of it, you shouldn't tame it. And again, I should have taken my own advice in this case because we went tame heavy. Oh yeah, the server actually had a big cleansing about 2-3 days ago. And so I was gambling on whether or not we could sneak our way into basically building up while everybody else was distracted. Again, it was a gamble. We lost, clearly. So that's another reason why I kind of like skipped that idea of, hey, let's let's stay low. I basically gambled and we lost big time. So yeah, first thing you'll notice here is once these guys started to hammer their way in, and right now we're in the living quarters on the second story here. Once I heard them bang through the doorway, I'll show you the doorway right here. I know this might be a little confusing for everybody, but let me just kind of talk you through this. Obviously, this is all open. There wasn't all this like slanted doorway shit. But we did have a bunch of materials, and I'm like, hey, they broke into the dino pen, and basically we had a doorway. And I'll explain why doorways are vertical. It would actually be right at this little point here. Part of this game is, at least in Primitive Plus, it's all about going through the doorways, and they're stupid easy to break, right? So our thought was if we put the doorways vertical, if they try to pike the door, they're going to pike the ladder, which means, yeah, you may get the door, but now the ladder's gone, so now you're fucked. So, and it kind of worked. They got stuck right about here, and I guess I can delete some of these now. They got stuck right about there, and I basically started throwing up. They broke the door, but they obviously broke the ladder and they couldn't get in. So what I started to do with our leftover materials was I thought to myself, well, fuck you. You're not going to get my loot. So I started putting up all these roofs and like slanted ramps and stuff everywhere. Here, I'll give you a better idea of what it looks like right here. It's actually pretty funny. Yeah, kind of like this. You see this like zigzag shit? So I'm like, I'll be damned if you get these pieces to build on your shitty ass base. So I started making it crazy wild. Like, if you want to break in here, because all you can do in Primitive Plus as it stands now is basically beat your way in to a base, you know, with a pickaxe. So I'm like, can you imagine picking through this garbage? Like, you don't know where the fuck you're going. Like, this is insanity. And look, I managed to save Clovis Ovis. What's up, buddy? He's like our jacket master. What's up, homie? Look at that. He's like, yo, man, I'm living. What's up, B? Then we got Senior Fat Ass here. What's up? Thanks for eating all the food. So, and we saved the Achatina and some dung beetles, believe it or not, by wedging them all in crazy places. Like, this is all loaded up. Look how insane this is. So, anyways, as he started to break in, I started to basically barricade myself and the animals in. Like, hey, you want to come in here? Come and get it. And you're not going to have anything left to steal or throw on the floor. And you're going to waste tons of time. Because let's be honest, trolls, they're fucking weak, right? Like, they don't want to be working too hard. They just want to come by, get a reaction, then fuck off. So, I mean, that was the basic idea, was to just keep barricading ourselves inside of here and then just kind of let things play out. I'm a little scared to break this now. I might just fast travel on the way out and kind of show you inside the dino pen on that opposite side what we did. Because I don't want to break too much here, because I'm sure some of these trolls are watching the stream as it stands now, and I'm sure they're like, ew, yeah, let's go in there and go get these dudes. Because we've had a few trolls. It happens. Look at this. This is great. Okay, we get up here. Oh my goodness, how annoying is this? Get up and crouch. Alright, let me close this door and throw the shit inside here. So we've got a ton of stuff locked in the back here, and I figured if these guys want to break in, there's a hardy layer of shit for them to like whack through. So if they wanted to, they're gonna have to spend their time to do it, you know? That's the gist of it, alright? Like, you gotta make it difficult for these assholes. What would we, probably Mountain Meadow Base. Sorry, we're gonna have to backtrack there. While I'm kind of walking, let me take a look at the chat. What's up? We got Aid Gaming 21. What's up, B? Yep, he right. We got John B. It's harder to raid on primitive, he says. I agreed. Much harder. It's kind of cool because if you think about it, it gets you really. It will help you in the standard game for sure. Obviously, there's no projectile explosives here inside of primitive, so that's different. But like making your base harder to breach is always a good skill to have. Always. So you're right. Let me walk over on this side. Hopefully, I won't get murderlated. And this base has been trolled many times. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Alright, so yeah, the gist of it was basically burn out those clowns because really in the grand scheme of things, when you think about it, we're so small and insignificant. I mean, if they really waste their time on us, it's going to take their time away from people that actually matter. So usually if they're pissed at you, they're going to stay aggroed on you. So your best bet is to just stay out of chat and just don't talk shit to people or start shit. And then people usually fuck off because, I mean, why would they keep attacking you if you're not like pulling aggro? You know what I mean? And most of the time that works. So if we have a few persistent people, they usually find out we're on YouTube or something, so they got something to prove. Like, I get there was some dude that was trolling us. His name was like Beast Smoking Man Dick or something like that, some gamer tag like that. And I guess he was like trolling me, and then he's like, I think his mom played on the server. I shit you not. And so like he calls his mom in to like come wreck us. I'm like, your son's a little piece of shit, and so are you. So we kind of got aggro from those clowns, but whatever, they're trash. And so's his mom. She's trash too. But I mean, that's all part of the game, right? Like you're gonna have people that come at you all the time and kind of fuck with your shit. So just expect it, you know. Like don't get too attached to the loot and stuff. It's all part of building up. And I was telling everybody that I was playing with, I'm like, look, honestly, you can't take the grind out of us, right? Like we have most of the stuff on the base, so even if they got all the way in, really, I mean, we still have a base on the board, right? Like it doesn't take much for us to put a door on and like tame another frog. Like they're super easy, you know. Doors aren't hard to make. So it's not as terrible as everybody makes it. I mean, yeah, if you start going tame heavy in the beginning and you're not protected, that hurts a bit more, i.e. what happened to us. The Bronto ate shit. But hey, you know what? We got utility out of that guy. Alright, so walking up here, I'm going to show you just some of the dino pen, and then maybe some things that we can do in the future to help things out. Is this guy still aggroed and pissed off? Oh yeah, and these lovely, lovely human beings also blew our cover out here by knocking down all this shit. Thanks for that, you pricks. Lovely, lovely dudes. So, okay, when I heard these guys breaking in, obviously they're going to hammer through this door. So what I did was I put this wall up right here, so when they broke in, they'd have to like fly their shitty tames in to like get stuck, and I had Mr. Spanklo in here, basically just waiting to clobber people, and I made some fake flooring to make them think I hid stuff in there so they waste their time banging it out. So like by this time they spent all this time outside, right, chopping down our thing on the top, right? It's like, dude, we're a mud tribe city, like, come on, dude. Then they come over here, waste their time coming in here. Then I barricade this. Then they got to bring in their homies to like fly over. Spankles, I think, knocks a few people out. And they finally kill him. They waste their time on the floor because I knew they'd fucking fall for this shit. There was nothing under there, by the way. And so they finally broke in here. And they're like, oh yeah, there's a doorway here. And so they break that. And then I slap a fucking window up there, and I'm like, good luck, homie. And then I just start barricading the shit out of the inside of the base, like, come and get it, you sons of bitches. So, I mean, you know, and I would have kept going. Like, I was going to try to defend those tames on the inside the most. So, I mean, that's the basic gist of it, right? Like, get vertical and get your doorways up and out, right? So, and we actually damaged this ladder, too. I don't know if somebody repaired it recently. Yeah, it looks like they did. But the idea there is we leave like 100 health on that ladder and just kind of leave it. So when they do decide this was a doorway, they would come up, knock it out, and then just get, you know, then they're like, how do I get up? Because they're in like a corridor. We were going to actually barricade all this shit up. Actually, I'm going to delete this real quick. Ooh. We were going to make this like a honeycomb layer and make 3 doors so they'd have to guess how to get in. which is just hilarious. I mean, look at the layers on top. If they decided to go like on the top down on us because our species were gone, I mean, what are they gonna do? Get stuck in a hole, and then they're like their boyfriend's stuck in there, and they're like, "Help, my legs." So, I mean, I guess it's trolling the trolls, really, right? I mean, this is your base. You gotta defend it the best you possibly can. So let me try to get. I don't think I have enough to build shit here yet. I don't. So let's get out on top here and see what we can't do differently this time. Clearly, our perimeter defense needs to be better because we were trying to get stuff tamed again. We got blinded by it, and we left a few of these pillars down, and I didn't complete these in the back, and that's how that big old sack of shit Giga came in and started munching on stuff. So for one, we could do that better. We can get our tree cover back, which kind of helps stay like canopy cover for you. But our biggest thing, I think, when they attacked us was they got up on the high ground, and again, tactically, we knew better, but we just kind of got a little sloppy, a little horny when we saw the server was like basically attacking each other. They were attacking the trolls, rightfully so. But these homies were up here on the hill. They were wearing like ghillies and shit, and so we did like some binge gaming, so we're all pretty tired trying to like get all our stuff like wrapped up. And I told Laser, I was like, dude, I got a bad feeling we're gonna get attacked. And sure enough, couple hours later, we had some dudes basically camp out up here and just start like tagging us. And so, I mean, if you know anything about defense or even people that have been in the military, what do they always say? You know, the high ground is the best. The kill box is down low. So clearly our base wasn't in a fantastic place. We weren't about to cover up the... Ooh, is that a T-Rex? We weren't about to cover up the spawns for metals up here because that's not being a good citizen, I think, on the server. You're just kind of being an asshole. I mean, you can definitely save the area by putting pillars down because your resources will come back, but we wanted to make sure we weren't putting foundations up here because we really didn't want to fuck with the spawns, you know, because that kind of fucks with everybody. But we definitely have to do something about putting a more of like a visual barrier because this, I mean, look at this vantage point. I mean, they just started working our buns. I think these trees were down too, so it was just clean shot on us. So again, we got super sloppy. And we basically hadn't been attacked with one of those muskets yet, so we didn't know how OP they were or how basically skeezy they were, and they were just dropping the shit out of us. I don't know if they had like jack shit like for their weapon. By the way, that warrior killer guy, 07 that just signed in, he was the dude that one of the guys that attacked our base. So if you ever want to take a shit on his doorstep, be my guest. Be my guest. And we just started our towers and getting our species up because we were basically fending off the trolls, and we didn't really have a great configuration for those. And I guess if you have flame arrows, they were just lobbing shit on top of the base. And as you can see here, pretty much any vantage point on this hill is basically like, you know, boom, you can just lob that shit right on the top. Even with tree cover, they were getting it pretty easy. And basically once they had this first tower right here, let me go ahead and walk up to it. Once they had this bad boy down, you had these assholes basically running fast right up to the wall, and once you hug it, I mean, look, our line of sight, you're pretty much fucked. I mean, look at this. If that tower is down, there's nothing else covering it. So obviously they broke this front side first, and then they were able to rush up here and start banging on these foundations because they figure up and over is the best way. But, you know, we're honeycombed homes, so that would not have worked for you. But again, things to keep in mind. I mean, definitely, we're not perfect. We're definitely going to make an adjustment. I think keeping this line here of pillars is still a great idea, but I think maybe we need to do dino gates as a layer outward, and then maybe in between supplement it with some more of those species X towers that we have, and some stuff on the ground. And I'm thinking possibly putting some like what do they call it, spike walls and stuff closer here, so if people come up to breach, they can't just come up to the wall and just start touching your dick instantly. Like, they're gonna have to take damage. And if you think about it, with no explosives, they have to whack at the spikes, and we all know what that does. That starts to kill you. So it definitely changes things. So that's one thing we're gonna make an adjustment to. And we might take, you know, now that I'm looking at it, I might have to take out some of these rocks because people jumping and parachuting to your rooftop when your species X are down. I mean, I'm sure we've noticed that in, like, just standard Ark. That's the thing too. Like, this is a really good jump point, right? Like, you could just jump to the ceiling. Oops, all this lag, right? You just jump from, if I can even get up there. Come on, fatty! Yeah, oh, and when you know it, I lag right the fuck off. Well, you guys get the idea. you can basically run and parachute your way down in. So I think making a higher wall here and definitely some more, obviously Species X towers are a thing. We need to get thicker with that. And I know, actually, now this is a great idea. So you know I play with BioLazer and stuff. So you can actually check out some of this build here as we start to go through it on his channel, and I think that's in the cards in the upper right hand corner now during the live stream. If not, it should be after and when it's put to video. I think it's on there now, but anyways, you can check out his channel and see how we did some of this build up here. And he and I both kind of looked at it and said, you know what, I think we went too big early, and I said I would agree with that. Oops, look, we got contact. Wish I had a spyglass. So yeah, I mean that's one thing we can definitely adjust in the future is make sure we're running a bit smaller because you know defending something and building up this big early on is hard to defend, to be perfectly honest. And we've seen it twice now, like we've gotten hit twice. So and this is definitely a bigger hit for us because we got tamed deep. But anyways, moving right along. Let me go ahead and I'll flip just the third view for a second. I'm just gonna check the chat so you guys can kind of see the perimeter out here. Let me just see if anybody's typing in there. We got that guy 1207. What's up? We got BioLazer. What's up, slut? What's up? What's up, slut? Yeah, I think BioLazer's. I think he's I don't know. What are you doing, buddy? He says I got chats, guys. I know the server. We got Toxic Brains. What's up? Oh, that sucks, man. You got wiped? In the shitter at work. That's my boy. So yeah, you can see a lot of that stuff on BioLazer's channel. Be sure to check it out. We're kind of bouncing back and forth as we do this. I know I'm behind on my post. We have tons of stuff that's happened up to this point, and I'm still kind of whittling it down. But I had a case of the, what do they call that? The mud butts. So I've been down and out for at least 2 days. So I really wanted to kind of show you guys what's been going on, especially after we got hit like this. And honestly, it's a great... I think it's great when you get hit because honestly, you look poor. I mean, look at this place. It looks like, you know, we got fucked up. So most people will leave you alone and get used to seeing your derelict base here. So it gives you a little bit of time to build up. Unless, I guess there's a caveat there, unless you've got some serious fucking trolls on your server and then they're just going to keep coming at you, which could happen to us. We've already had a few people pull aggro on us because of the channel, but hey, you know what? Fuck them, right? And his piece of shit mom. Yeah, I said it. Alright, let me just go ahead and break my legs and see if we can't... We should have a little something... Ooh, dude, I lived? Oh, look at that. I got, like, no health. Watch, I probably get the disease now. So, what I also wanted to show you guys during the stream, there was a couple... Actually, there were huge alpha tribes here, and there was a big battle 3 weeks ago. There was another big battle a couple days ago. And I wanted to show one of the bigger tribes' base for you guys and for me to kind of see how these big guys build and how they got breached. The guys here are called Lone Survivors. I think they're still on the server. They had huge bases, plural. There's a derelict base over on one of the coasts. We're just gonna walk through it and see what we can find out. Just check it out, you know. Look at this. I'm like limping up the hill to go kill myself again. Come on, bitch! Do it! Break your legs! No! Oh my goodness. Can I just die already? Well, I'm trying to walk myself into the swamp to like certain death. What's up? We got Cooper. What's up, dude? Yep, we definitely got raided. He said, yeah, and you got raided? Yeah, it happens. Oh, look, dude, the MVP of our Extinction server and this. What's up, Wild Ecatina? What's up, buddy? If you didn't know, now you know. The Ecatinas are like the key to booming. I'm sure we'll have future episodes on that, but he's the best. Alright, what do we got? Trodons? Hey, or no, it's Silo. Hey, man, what's up? Fuck me up, please. Give it to me. So I hope that kind of helps and shows you guys that, hey, you know, that shit happens to us too. The best thing you can do is bounce back, you know? Like, keep your shit in play, make multiple bases, multiple beds. Keep building as opposed to, oh, shit, is that a snake? Gross. Build onto your base instead of like saving a bunch of loot or making flak. It's always going to help you because people very rarely come and wipe the entire base. It's super rare. So like the more you can put it in play, like how are these guys not killing me? Like come on guys, is the latency that bad? Yeah, well, yikes, it's 147. That is pretty bad. Alright, kill me already. Come on, do it! Wait, so we got legit almonds. What's up, dude? Oh, look, see? BioLazer just told you what it was. Pay attention! Alright, let's... hopefully if this is still here, and if it's not, we'll have to postpone it till later. But we should be close to one of the large... I guess they're still alpha, maybe beta. They're still on the server, and they still have a huge base, but we're going to go through one of the wrecked bases. They had a stranglehold on the server, actually, and as far as I could tell, I thought there were trolls, but... And actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, BioLazer, they were the dudes that attacked us in the beginning, remember? When we were like levels 15 and under? It was these guys, so... Yeah, you know what? We'll call them fucking trolls, right? Shit. Like, why on earth would you attack, like, level 10s if you're that big? Like, unless they were attacking you, and clearly we weren't. I mean, just watch my first episode. We're just chopping on trees trying to level, and then we left. Alright, so let's take a look here. We got... And again, I don't want to make this particular stream too long, so we'll probably do this for a little bit longer, and then we'll take a break, and if something cool happens tonight, I might stream again. But I'll definitely be posting an episode for myself here. I'll be wrapping it up tonight, and I should have it posted tomorrow, so we're back on a normal schedule. Yeah, see, look at this. It's crazy, right? Like, you've got totally different from standard gameplay. You got this crazy-ass... I guess, a barrier? You had Species X here. That makes sense, right? That's the only way to really shoot people off. But again, you start to see this false sense of security when people just put a lot of these gates around, the behemoth gates, and like, yep, you know, that's it. I got a couple Species X and we're all set. Clearly it didn't do them too solid, right? And I very rarely see airlocks too. You guys have seen me do that in previous episodes, especially in the Extinction when I did the PvP base build. But if you take a look there, airlocks, man, that's a, I mean, look at that. That Species X tower is pretty heady, but very rarely, once they get past the perimeter, is there anything much more to these bases. And I see this time and time again with any alpha, whether this is Primitive Plus or, you know, just standard gameplay. Like, look, that's not too bad for perimeter. Like, you got those multiple layers, and then they get hosed down by Species X between the pillars. I get that. This keeps Gigas away, because clearly Gigas are going to be a thing, because they can chomp metal. And Therazines, if you actually have a saddle for it. Let's go ahead, let's take a peek inside, and let's see what we got here. Yeah! I always like going through wrecked bases, like on the alpha status or beta status. It really kind of tells you how the server is playing. All about that intel, son. Alright, I haven't really walked in on this side, so we might get shot by something. I'm not entirely sure. Hey, see, that's not bad. Look, they got multiple layers here. That's cute. Nice, you got the trays going here, so you get fucking hosed down. But honestly, the first time I came in through the back by the water. So this is pretty heady here, right? You got some cute little towers. For a second, I thought that was a gig about shit my pants. Yep, you got some... This is wild, right? Oh, this crazy shit. Got any open doorways? Let me in! Nothing? Hey, see, at least they're trying there. At least they had some walls set up, although there's a big fucking hole. It's not just about doing behemoth gates, I guess is my point. Always make sure that you're doubling up. I know behemoth gates have a tendency to give people a false sense of security, and I know my teammates have heard me bitch about that constantly. I think the weakest point here in this base is very clear to me. It's going to be the water side. Everything else seemed fairly fortified, but if you look, that's an interesting tower. Yeah, you definitely have to have a lot of Species X on the inside. I mean, we saw that on our base. We got fucking hosed. Is this a boat, or is this... Okay, no, this is a structure. I was gonna say, how can you get this many things on a boat, right? Like, this is way too big. Okay, looks like this was some sort of dino pen. And a feeding trough in there. Trying to find where I went in. Maybe we'll just skate outside and we'll come back in there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I mean, again, these guys have been established for quite some time, and they had multiple big bases, so I know how those get. I mean, it becomes a micromanagement game after that. It's like, how do you handle all of those tasks, and how do you stay forward with keeping your base up to date and constantly fortifying it? Because You know, all it takes is a little bit of lackluster, like, oh, you know, I'll get to it later, and boom, that's when you're gonna get hit. Look at this. There's a gaping hole right here. Holy shit. I don't know if there's a behemoth gate here or not. Is this a dude? There's a couple dudes. Tribe of Joe. Who's this guy? Kimbo Slice, also unconscious. Hey guys, what's up? I guess. No loot on you. That sucks. Alright, we'll go around and we'll take a look on the water side that I poked in. First of all. Ooh, do we got a dude out there? We got some contact over here. And just in case you guys didn't know, obviously we're on a PvP server. This is an official server. Okay, the guy's moving. Good. Or not. Don't fuck with me, dude. I got nothing to lose. I will fuck you up. And I see you got an animal on top, so I'd be more than happy to gash that open if you want to start some shit, homie. You got nothing to lose, dude. We're fucking dangerous. We'll check out the chat again. What's up? It's BioLazer, guys. It is. That's the dude I play with. That's the guy with the laugh. You know him. See if this guy's tailing me. Yeah, now that I read that BioLazer's taking a shit, like, I gotta take a mad shit too. That's what you get. We binged played this for like 2 days, and I had tons of caffeine, so I was like, dude, my body's like, fuck you. Okay, so right here, let me see if we can get a good view of this. The base is decent for sure. I mean, they clearly were alpha for a reason, but the weakest point is clearly here. Obviously, there were Species X here at one point. I think it was on top of the structure, but look, if all you got to do is get close to this shit, right, and then you start, the Species X just miss you altogether, and it looks like this was the breaching point. You came in here, and then you pop this door, and now look, start looking up. I don't see a lot of cover in here either. So it was only a matter of time before, okay, now that you're hugging these walls, oh look, there's a little bit of honeycomb here. At least, you know, I didn't see that before. Good on them. Good shit. You know, at least create some kind of honeycomb where they get stuck, or they got to at least bang through more than one thing, right? But you know what? I don't think this stays all the way around. I think it stops at some point. Yeah, see, like it stops here. You can't really. And that's, I mean, look, they breached right here. I mean, it's always the weakest point of resistance. Now, good on them for, you know, everything up to this point, but this should have been more airlocked, right? But right here, and this is good on them. Like, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what you got to do here, man. That's what this is. But if you see, they always go in the point of least resistance. So in this case, it was right here on the floor. Oh shit, is it getting dark on us? Oof. Well, this is good timing, right? Because we're getting close to the end of the stream. So yeah, I mean, take a look. They basically said, fuck the doors, and broke in on the foundation, because it's really not that bad to hit, especially if you got a couple dudes with obsidian pickaxes. Like, you can make short work of that shit. So, you know, airlock, double up on those foundations for sure. Definitely some advice we should take, because we just got our shit kicked in. And these little spots here are great up on the base, these little Species X. But what I've noticed, especially in our base, was you're going to have something like in this line here that can shoot back down onto the base while people are banging on it, potentially. You know, and they had a few here, but like this seems to be like the weakest point. And this is probably where the main breach happened. Because, I mean, once those back areas got popped, you're pretty much fucking donezo, right? Like, once they're inside your base, it's like an infection at that point. Yeah, yee! Ooh, looks like Tony's on. Alright, well, that should do it for this stream for now. Everybody hang in there. Definitely look for the little hints that we dropped on what server it is. And it's not a guarantee that you can join the tribe, but definitely if you want to be considered, definitely you're going to have to be an established tribe or person on the server, and you have to be a good citizen on the server, and that means no trolling. If you're a troll, you're going to be out automatically, and if you start like building on top of us, you're probably not going to be considered either. That's more of an annoyance to everybody. I think we can all agree on that. But yeah, I mean, everybody's more than welcome to like come in and just play, you know? Like that's what this is all about, you know? That's what PvP is all about. So yeah, I'm Jade Monkey, and don't forget, if you like the content and you want to see more of this and the Primitive Plus, I almost said premium, the Primitive Plus series, consider giving me a little subby doodles, and definitely check out BioLazer's channel and consider giving him a little subby doodles too, because we're both doing the Primitive Plus and we're posting on that. And don't forget, I've got other series running on my channel. I've got the Ark Adventure vlog, I've got the BoiFriendSquad PvP Series, and the Saga of Server 49. Alright, we'll see you all next time, and thanks for watching. Yeah!